Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let's get into the Saturday, August 16th MLB plays live from the Borgata. And this will be one, guys, that I want to talk to you about yesterday. It was a 1-2 performance, but that 3-2 loss with the Padres. I know it's a loss, but still, when you bet the course of the MLB season, that value is what you want. So anytime you can find a plus 165, and we had the line movement too. It ended up closing, I believe, closer to plus 140 later around first pitch. And that's what you want to see. All right. So that's why we scooped it up early. I know the Padres lost. It's now, but we'll take it. All right. So for those of you that are new to the channel, hit that like button. Please subscribe down below. We're going to run the board, talk some baseball, and give you guys the best bets for this Saturday. Okay. So let's get into it. Also, guys, I do want to share with you that I am using Outlier to break this all down. If you aren't using Outlier, check it out. Links are down below in the description for that 7-day free trial. All right. This is where we're going to get into that first game. We talk about the Pirates and the Cubs. I will have 4 official plays as well. We'll have a couple leans. There are 2 totals that I like. I'll talk to you about that. But let's get into the action. The first game between the Pirates and the Cubs, we have Imananga. As we look at it right now, the money line minus 225. Not looking to get involved within that contest, but the Cubs are a team that I am favoring quite a bit. I think Imananga has been outstanding, going 6+ in his last few starts. Going against Burrows and the Pirates, this is one where at Wrigley the Cubs should roll, and just kind of unbettable in that territory, as we do want to talk about the minus 225 price that we are getting for the Cubbies. All right. Next game, the Rangers and the Blue Jays. This will be a strong lean towards the Blue Jays on the money line. It's something within Lauer pitching going against Patrick Corbin. I like the Blue Jays, right? They're playing in Rogers Center, and for everything considered, it's a very cheap price for the Blue Jays in this spot. Minus 154. I would have this a little bit higher. This is a game where the Blue Jays should break out offensively as well. Quite frankly, I think they just had a little bit of a slump, and they will be returning to form. 72-51 on the season. Like me some Toronto here. 307 first pitch. Next game that we will get into, the Phillies and Nats. No play for me. The Phillies have been kind of getting it done, as we do talk about the loss they had the win that they had yesterday, and then 3 losses subsequently before that. But they have been on a little bit of a tear. 6 out of their last 10. They did win 4 straight. 3 games where they just, quite frankly, didn't hit the baseball. This is a game against the Nats where I do think that they will kind of break out. Cavalli hosting Juan Walker. Also, I do look for a little bit of runs in this game as well. Okay, so as always, we back the James Wood props. When you do get a good spot for him, always delivers. And that's kind of how I would approach this game within the Phils and the Nationals. Okay. Next game, the Miami Marlins and the Boston Red Sox. Total set at 9 as we look at the Boston Red Sox minus 178. And for us looking at this game, quite frankly, I do want to talk about the Boston Red Sox and the Marlins yesterday. We were on the over, did not cash. Me personally, I think we go right back to it. This is one of the totals I do like. I think the 9 is set there for a reason. And the pitching matchup does support this and backs it up, as Cal Quantrill and Brian Bayo. They have the propensity to give up some runs. Okay, so I do like the Marlins Red Sox going over. That would be a lean, no official play. Next game, the Brewers and the Reds. Zach Littell and Priester. Now, Priester's game logs have been very impressive. Priester comes in this game 11-2, 3.49 ERA. Brewers 77-44 on the season. Now, a lot of people would look at that over and say, well, look what we did yesterday. The bats are hot. We'll go right back to it. I still think the Brewers have some value here, okay? And as we look at this game, minus 132 for the Brew Crew on the road, visual game, I think this is one where we're going to not bet against this win streak. We've made a lot of tickets cash just backing the Brewers, and we're going to continue that. Pretty much anytime we get a cheap price before they do break that winning streak. So give me the Brewers first official play, minus 132 on the money line. Next game, the Braves and the Guardians. As we talked about this one, Wentz going against Saccone. This is another game, right? We were on the over yesterday. We were on the first 5 for the Braves. That was the ticket that we did cash. They ended up cashing the outright, winning 2-0 against the Guards. I look for this game to being another spot where the total comes into play. This is the other total that I do like. So over 8.5 is kind of where I stack up. That would be my lean in Braves Guardians. Next game, White Sox and Royals. Let's get into this one. This will be an official play with Lorenzen going against Burke. The White Sox, they do hit those kind of cold patches where they just can't seemingly hit water if they fell out of a boat. Okay. And I think that's kind of what's going on right now, as the Royals are hosting the White Sox, and minus 1.5 at plus 130, minus 160 on the money line. I'm not going to get involved with that. We are going to go on DraftKings for this one. This will be Kansas City to not bat in the ninth. Minus 115 will be my second official play in this contest. Okay, so that's kind of where I like Kansas City all the way, and that's where we're going to be taking the Royals to not bat in the ninth, minus 115. Baltimore and Houston, no play for me. We saw a perfect game get upended last night in the eighth inning. Kind of a shitty little outcome, too, because it was just a dribbler back to the pitcher, and don't think for a second he didn't know that that perfect game was on the line, because he threw that ball like a shortstop trying to make a play that I don't think he's practiced that PFP in quite some time. So shout out to him. Great to see the video too, where his parents were in the stands. But I do like the Orioles Astros. Back in the Astros, minus 138 would be kind of where I stack up in this game. All right, next game, the Tigers and the Twins. This is the Tigers in this game. I like the Tigers right now, and I think this is one we're going to blast the run line. Okay, they've only hit 2 of their last 10 run lines, but Casey Mize, and it's a little bit of a deceiving statistic as we do look at his overall decision record: 11-4 on the year, 3.5 ERA. But going against Zebby Matthews, this is a game where I do like to fade Zebby Matthews more times than not, and the Tigers on the road, especially after we look at kind of what is coming about within the fact that the Tigers have won 3 straight. They have won 6 of their last 8, and I do think the Tigers remain hot. The Twins score early. It's just kind of a feel I got on them. If you do like the Tigers, you got to understand the first 5 may not be available. I do think, though, that towards the end of this game, as they get to Zebby Matthews, maybe closer to the 5th, if he goes 6th, so be it. But if the Tigers on the run line here at plus 158, that is a lot of value for a team that could just rattle off 10 runs very easily going against Zebby Matthews. So give me the Tigers minus 1.5 at plus 158 as my next official play. Okay. Yankees and Cardinals. This is Sonny Gray going against Max Fried. The market has caught up to Max Fried a little bit. Not the Cy Young candidate. He's been tattered his last few outings. The Yankees just re-signed Aaron Boone, by the way, for a 2-year contract. Don't quite frankly understand what's going on there in the Bronx. But this is something where we look into the Cardinals and Sonny Gray. Cardinals have dropped 3 straight. They're at home. This is plus 125 on the cards. It's just a value play if you do want to get involved. But the Yankees are favored for a reason. I still like Max Fried, just hasn't had the recency that we all look for and covet. Okay. Next game, Colorado and Arizona. No play, no read on this game. The Diamondbacks off a loss, but not going to back them minus 184. Over 11.5 is a little bit attractive, but they got out hot yesterday, but they have not scored 12 runs or more in their last 4 games. They are playing in Coors Field. It's a tough number, right? 12 runs in any game is tough. I know that this does have a propensity to go towards that over, but it's a tough spot to be back in that. So this will be no play for me as well. Tampa Bay and the Giants. Okay. This is a game that I do like the over quite a bit. Tampa Bay, I think this is a sneaky little spot. We're going to go over 8 at minus 115. We do get Hauser going against Verlander. Okay. So we need San Francisco to score 4 runs, and I think Tampa Bay wins this game. And I think they can get at least 5 off of Justin Verlander. And if that does happen, then we will cash this over. So, another way to kind of bet it would be taking the Giants team total going over. But for me, guys, I think this is one where we get over 8 at minus 115. It's right on that threshold where we get some value. So give me the Rays, Giants. We're going to go over the total of 8 in this contest. Okay. And that'll basically wrap up my official plays. 2 other games we want to talk about: Athletics and the Angels. As we talk about the Angels off a loss, I think the A's have a great pitching matchup here. The total set at 10.5. It's going to be kind of one of those weird games where I do look for the A's to win this on the money line. Minus 112, cheap price. I like that one quite a bit. That's kind of where I would stack up, but no official play. And then the last game, the Padres at plus 115 off a loss. They did win 5 straight previously. So in this game, as we look for the Padres and Dodgers, Dylan Cease going against Blake Snell, I think we get some runs. Okay. I think it's going to be one of those games where we might get a 5-6, 6-7 kind of outcome. It's something where if you do like the 1.5, and I'm kind of kicking myself for not taking the Padres run line yesterday, that would have cashed, especially closer to even money. Now the run line is kind of unbettable at minus 190. But I do like the Padres in a bounce back at plus money. That's just kind of another play on value, similar to that Cardinals bet that I would be making, or the Cardinals lean, I should say. And that's kind of how I see the Padres Dodgers game shaping out. But recency form, look at the Dodgers. 4 of their last 10 games, they did win. Padres, it's the opposite. Okay, so the Padres, hotter team, they'll probably end up winning the NL West. Who knows? But hard to pass up plus money again with the Padres as a better. Okay, so that'll about wrap it up. Those are my best bets. Quick recap, guys, before we get out of here and get you guys into your Saturday. Got a UFC fight tonight. Got a couple plays in that. I will share in the Discord, so make sure you guys all use the link down below in the Discord. Join us over there, and I will share those UFC plays a little bit in the afternoon. Okay, but the 4 official plays of the day: Tampa Bay, San Francisco over 8, Kansas City to not bat in the 9th, and then Milwaukee on the money line -132. And then we're going to take some Detroit run line at +158. And those will be my 4 plays for today's contest. All right. Good luck out there. Let's cash some tickets, bounce back, and we'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.